Alright, peace, everybody. Chris here with another reading. Okay, I'm gonna just hop right into it. Um, I know I told you guys, and uh, this is me. This will be my third video on this particular page, doing these readings. But I told you guys that if you want to know how I do my readings and everything, go to my first video, and I realized that I thought I'd be going so fast sometimes. I thought that I posted the video and I ended up fucking not posting it. So I gotta make a whole nother one, and I'll try to make that my number one. Um, but I am just gonna jump right into it right now. And I kept hearing right before I was doing this, I kept hearing switch up, like something needs to switch up. There's a I don't know what it is. I heard energy, but I'm like, just that's too many. Something needs to switch up. It may be your attitude, maybe the way you think, but I'm heavily getting, and I just keep hearing switch up, switch up, switch up. It is definitely about thoughts, though. How you think about yourself. That's funny. Okay, friendship, friendship. We got all right, and right now I'm using the Aboriginal deck. I use Oracle cards only. Challenges. Okay. Hmm. And we'll do one. We'll do one more. I heard the word disdain. You might be in a friendship or two that you're starting to look at them like, why the fuck am I fucking friends with you? You're looking at them like, wow, like you'll never change. There's like a disappointment with yourself. I'm speaking to someone who is just starting to really wake up. You know, you've entertained your friends, family, even maybe even a spouse for a long time. Some about your throat chakra, some about not speaking up for yourself, not talking about your boundaries. You just let it slide. The bullshit conversation, the mundane, you just be letting it slide. You're so afraid of really breaking out and looking for your soul family and wondering what else is really out there besides the same old medical bills, the same four fucking walls, the medical system, the educational system, the economic system, and the religious system. You wanting to break out of that so bad. Okay? Ooh, deception. Okay? I'm seeing that in two different ways. Illusions. Oh boy. You have a very small group of friends. And what I'm getting from you is you had it in your mind for a long time that it's like, okay, if I keep a small group of friends, I'm not going to get hurt as bad. If I keep a very small group of friends, and they're the ones that are closest to me, they're the ones that I've known for the longest. This may incorporate some family. I'm hardcore getting spouse too, because the word spouse just keeps coming up. You're definitely with somebody. Um, and it's a mess. It's a silent mess. It's a silent mess. And you've said it to yourself where it's like, well, I'm just going to keep a small group of friends so that way I don't have to be lonely. I can keep my friends. I can always have somebody to talk to. I know that they'll respond. These are your go-to. These are your day ones. You keep saying, this is my day one. Those my day one. Let me tell you something. Your enemies can be day one too. Okay. The I for the fact that you got friendship here, and then you have challenges, and then deception, and then illusions. Oh, that's messy. And I don't mean to laugh at your situation, you know what I'm saying? I mean, look at this one here. Hopefully you can see it without the light glaring too much. Deception. Her arms are up in the air like I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know what to do right now. You have you have this confliction as to whether get rid of your spouse or not. And when I say get rid of your spouse, I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I'm saying that because that's what I'm picking up. Like you want like there's a part of you just wants to get rid of them. That just wants to get rid of your so-called friends and just clean slate, start over. You're starting to see. I'm getting the Truman Show. You're starting to see these people are not really for you. If you've watched the Truman Show, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it immediately. That's a really good movie, but it's a documentary. It's fucking true. Um, it's a movie, but it's based on real life shit. And Jim Carrey or Truman, um, his best friend, that was his day one right there. And he was telling his best friend, like, yeah, man, one day I'm gonna go to Fiji. One day I'm gonna get out of here. And his friend was like, oh shucks, how you gonna do that? You know? And he's like, man, why don't you just stay here? You got a good job, you got a good wife, yada yada yada. The wife is in on it, spouse. The best friend is in on it, friendship. Okay, so that right there for me is just confirmation that that is what's going on. I'm gonna pull out one more of these cards. So your challenge pretty much is your challenge is you. It's not your friends, it's not your spouse. It's about you trusting yourself. Because this illusion card, you're choosing to not trust yourself, or you keep beating around the bush wondering if what you're feeling is really true, you're causing yourself illusions. Now, these people are already doing that in a way where it's like, well, they know you're kind of going to fall for it. Mm. Listen, I'm not here to throw no shade. I'm not here to act like I'm better than anybody. That's how I talk is how I talk, and I really now need to remake that freaking video and post it. I'm not here to be um, a bitch towards you. But I'm picking up that every fucking time you get with these people, every time you call up in the bed with your man, your stomach hurts. This has happened to me before, years ago. When I was with somebody, uh, my stomach would hurt. And I didn't understand why, and I started to realize because I wasn't meant to be with them. It wasn't like, oh, your stomach, my stomach got some butterflies or whatever. No, this is more than butter. It's like butterflies exploding in my gut. Just not meant to be there. Earth, Sun. Okay, that's the last card that I'm pulling out for for this deck, and I'm gonna actually read that one just because Earth, Sun. I don't often pull that one out. Okay, so this card is about confidence and being carefree and not being limited by your fears. All right, it's about nature, it's about animals, it's about communication, it's just about being carefree. It's you want that freaking freedom. You want it. But you're sitting there and you're listening to your friends and your family and your spouse and your coworkers and fucking everybody. You're listening to them and they're talking about the same shit all the time. Something that is involved with drama, something that's involved with gossip, something that's involving, oh well, you know, this person did this and they did that, and everybody's asking figurative questions because they don't have the courage right now to actually find the answer. You do. You really want to know. I'm speaking to a Virgo out there. I'm heavily getting Virgo. And I'm heavily getting like, damn, I am so tired of this bullshit conversation. I'm tired of talking about parenting the same way. I'm tired of talking about the fucking weather. I'm tired of talking about what's going on with the government and all this other bullshit that's happening in the news. I want to talk about something higher. I want to talk about something that I had a dream about last night. I want to talk about, you know, I had a vision and I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know if it was real or. And you know, you can't talk to nobody about it. You got somebody in your crew who's heavily religious. All they talk about is Jesus. Now listen, people are gonna talk about what they're gonna talk about. I'm more on the bottom of the deck here is return to your country. So you may be originally from a completely different country. Maybe you're in America, but you're from Africa, or you're from Peru, or you're from wherever else, and you want to go back home. Go back home if that's what that's calling you to. Okay, or some of you may be in Brazil or Dominican Republic or whatever, and you're wanting to come back to America. Whatever the case is, and however you're seeing this, you want to go back home, return to your country. You may be from America and live in America, but there's a part of you that just wants to go back home. But you want to know your fucking roots. Okay, go find out. Go back home. You know what I'm saying? If you're from the country that you're in, then continue to do some research on yourself. You know, meditate and ask your soul, ask your highest self, where am I from? What am I? Who am I? Okay, you have all the permission in the world to ask yourself that. I don't. I say I don't usually use cards, and I don't. But the past 3 videos that I've posted so far, I've been using cards. I have just been guided to though. I like doing channel messages without cards, especially if I'm traveling or something. Oh, there's like an. Oh, I'm getting that deception hard. Something. Deception. Somebody's playing with you. Somebody is talking mad shit behind your back. I'm picking up as your sister, if you have a sister, or somebody that you look at as a sister, but it's hardcore fucking woman. Can't keep her mouth shut for nothing. Benevolent change. Benevolent change. And this is the Cryon deck, Oracle deck. Benevolent change. So let me explain something to you. If you are going to continue to be resistant towards your truth and what you are honestly feeling, these people are going to peel from you regardless. Okay? Something's either going to happen to them or something may happen to you. I'm still so strongly getting spouse. I'm hearing motorcycle accident. Okay? So if your spouse rides a bike, a motorbike, I don't wish death upon nobody or nothing, but that's oh, that there might be a motorcycle accident. Okay, I'm picking up on your husband. I feel like you're divine feminine. You have a husband, you have a sister, you have a small group of friends. Because I pick up on very specific. This is very specific. My readings are extremely specific. I I don't want to say that I try to make them general, It's just whatever messages that I have for anybody who truly does resonate with it, you resonate with it. You may resonate with only parts of it. You may resonate with only one small part of it. Maybe one small thing you need to hear may change your life in a very big way. Um, but my readings are extremely specific, and so whoever's meant to hear this, this is for you. But I'm picking up that you're a woman, that you have a husband, that you have a sister who is disgustingly deceptive. She talks hella shit behind your back. It's not that she doesn't love you, it's not that she doesn't care about you, but she's so stuck in her hurt that she doesn't know what else to do with it. So she just sits there in her own shit. Okay, and she kind of drags you along for the ride. Reconciliation of self, or I'm sorry, recalibration of self. Recalibration of self. That's very self explanatory. Fireworks. You may fall back in love with yourself again. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as you start to there's going to be one specific person. This includes family, friends, and lover. This includes everybody. This includes your job as well, even if it's remote or online. It's almost like letting go of the air. And once you remove that one piece, or once you remove that one thing, everything really starts to flow through. Everything really starts to just alleviate itself, and you're gonna feel that shit. Allow yourself to feel it. Don't be scared of getting into your light. You so badly want the rest of them to get into their light. You more, and yes, it seems a little bit selfish, but being selfish isn't always a bad thing. And I can talk about that some other time, but you have to do for yourself. And therefore, in their eyes, you're going to seem a little bit selfish. They're going to try to throw mad guilt and shame and fear on you. You have to be able to let that go. You have to let that burn and just walk through it. You're getting a calling and you know it. You know it. So in terms of selfishness, genuinely in your heart, you so bad want others that you love so much. Um you want them to come along the come along on the ride with you. You want them to see their light. You want them to have the same epiphanies that you have. But on a selfish level, and this is where you're getting stuck, on a selfish level, you so badly want them to grow with you so that you have some sort of support, because you don't know how to trust divine source yet. You don't know how to trust your benevolent spirit guides, your benevolent ancestors. You don't really know too much about gods or goddesses and everything. So you're scared. You kind of want to crutch on your friends at the same time. You want each other to you want them all to kind of for you guys to like crutch on each other when times get hard, and you can all grow and talk about these spectacular things and these mysterious things together. It's not happening. And you are going to have to walk this journey alone. You will absolutely come across soul family. You have to be willing to receive it. But in the meantime, you are going to have to either stay alone or be alone. Because you feel like you're alone as it is. You know what I'm saying? I heard the jig is up. Uh oh. Compassionate action. So you don't have to listen. Even though you got people in your circle who are deceptive, they're talking hella shit about you, um, the one that talks the most shit about you She loves you. She loves you genuinely. But she's so stuck in her ego. She ain't gonna go nowhere. She ain't gonna go where you want her to go. And I heard her say, I don't want nothing to do with her. And that's because inevitably you are rising to your fucking light, whether you like it or not. Compassionate action. You know, you can call your sister out, you can call your man out, ooh, for cheating. You can call these people out, or you can just drop them and let them go. You can do both, but compassionate action. Please understand that they're not gonna go with you where you want to go because they are hurt, they are confused, they are in their ego. They are not ready to wake up. You may be ready to wake up, they aren't. And you have to be compassionate about that. And you have to remind yourself, wow, when you listen to the conversation, when you listen to what they're talking about, you have to recognize that those are the things that you didn't have a problem talking about either. You talked about these things along with them. You laughed, you had your laughs and giggles, and you guys would shoot the shit about some dumb shit, but you're done with that. And you have to have compassion for the fact that at that time you wasn't ready to wake up. And anybody that tried to give you some sort of enlightenment, you were resistant. Okay? So now, after having reflected, understand that they're just not ready to wake up. Don't make them your mortal enemies. I mean, you might have a one or two mortal enemies up in there. You definitely got some karmics in your circle, but it doesn't mean that you have to be so. That doesn't mean you have to hold on to any anger towards them. Just be compassionate and take your action. Listen, I'm not hanging out with you tonight. Listen, I love you, but I can't have you come over no more. And you don't need to explain nothing to nobody. Express before explaining. Express yourself before you explain yourself. If they want an explanation, you then can give it to them. Okay? Not you don't have to always do so, but if they ask and you feel that you're up and they're up for the conversation, then do so. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself some type of closure. Give them some type of closure. And don't go chasing after nobody. Don't go sitting there and be like, damn, I wonder how this person's doing. I wonder how that person's doing. I hope they're okay. If it's divinely guided for you to talk to somebody specific from your past, that's one thing. But um, don't go chasing after, you know, a text message. Hey, did you get my text? Hey, did you get my text? Maybe they didn't get your text and it was meant for them not to get it. Okay? Maybe they left you unread. Maybe they did get it and they didn't answer back. Don't chase after an answer. You don't need it. Alright, so I'm going to pull out one more card from this deck. This message is very simple, very straightforward. Just beat your fears. Stop. Ooh, you don't need anybody's validation for shit. You disagree with half the people that you fucking chill with anyway. What you need their validation for? You know what I'm saying? Pleasing God. Yeah. Pleasing God. You don't need to please your friends. You don't need to agree with them. You don't need to go out with them. You don't need them to approve your fucking outfits or your parenting skills or your spirituality. You don't need them to validate a damn thing. You now have to validate yourself. Okay? If you want to please anybody, you please God by pleasing yourself. Put yourself first this time. And I'm hearing somebody coming up with crazy amount of excuses as to why they think they I'm hearing, but I'm a parent. I don't have time to rest. I don't have time to meditate. You don't have time for any more excuses as to why you need to be getting closer with God and to know who and what God is for you. You don't have time for any more excuses. You can't crutch on your kids either. Your kids may not be so-called getting in the way, but you can't allow your kids to be a barrier between you, what's right for you, and your fucking fears. You can't sit there and, I mean, you can all you want, but you can't just sit there and say, oh, well, I'm a parent, so I don't have time for this and I don't have time for that. And then you're not breaking any generational curses. You're not breaking the chains. Because isn't that what your parents did? Oh, well, yeah, well, I got my kids, so I can't go do what I love to do. Oh, yeah, I got these kids, so I can't exercise and go get healthy. No, I got these kids, so I can't put myself first. That is bullshit, and you know it. You know it. You know you're worthy of self-care. God knows that. And so if you ask, you shall receive. Say, hey, I need 15 minutes to rest. I need 15 minutes to just lay down and meditate for a moment. Cool. Then God is going to give you a download and say, okay, go cook them kids some little tofu nuggets or something. Whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get an inkling or ideas to keep them busy for a moment, for you to be able to go rest, or for you to do whatever it is you got to do to get closer to yourself, aka closer with God. God is your highest self. Okay? Not the source, but God is your highest self. Okay? So, in order to please God, do what you need to do. Live honesty. Live honestly. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way to live right than to live honest. I'll pull out a bonus card for you guys, and that'll be all. This is shorter than I thought it was gonna be, but this reading here is not like hardcore. Like, it's very specific, but it's not hardcore detailed, because this seems more like a confirmation read. Like, you just needed this confirmation. But you already know. You already know, and I understand. You may be scared. You scared that maybe making the wrong decisions. Well, I don't want to make hasty decisions, and I don't want to leave anybody out in the cold or whatever. Listen, when you are doing your best to live by your most honest way of living, God's gonna support that. Even if it's a mistake, God is still gonna support you. Okay? Think about how many mistakes you've made in your life before. You've made so many. That doesn't mean God's not there. You see what I'm saying? Stop worrying. You're wasting your time worrying so much. Virgo, man, you are. I'm talking to somebody who's either a Virgo sun or a Virgo moon, but you got Virgo heavily aspected in your chart. Oh, and what better card to end on? Answer the call. Answer the call. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Okay? Answer the call. Hope you can see that clearly between the light and the fucking camera. What is your soul calling you to do? Hello? Knock, knock, knock. Now, how are you going to get clarity on what your soul is asking you to do if you keep hearing these motherfuckers chit chat in your ear about shit that you don't care about anymore? You don't care. You don't care about those hood rat conversations no more. You don't give a shit. You don't care to talk about the fucking weather. Now, in your mind, if you talk about the weather, you're sitting there saying to yourself, well, I feel like somebody's controlling that shit. And everybody else, including your spouse in your circle, is going to sit there and be like, man, you need some medication. Or you crazy. You need to go to the hospital, babe. You need to go to... Or, I'm hearing. You need to go to the hospital, babe. And even though they may be joking with you, know that they are deflecting. They're deflecting off of the truth. Because the truth is, if they were really interested in what you had to say, they'd ask you questions. They would ask you questions and be like, what do you mean by that? Or why are you saying that? Like, where's this idea coming from? And they would actually be inquisitive and want to know what you know, or what you think, or what you're feeling. Your truest spouse will navigate and explore that with you. And you may even be with a twin flame right now, but they are just not waking the fuck up. Maybe it's meant for you to go get with a soulmate. But how are you gonna know what your soul is asking for if you keep choosing to distract yourself with people, places, and things that no longer serve you? If you, if, think about this, if you are God, right? Everybody is God. Everything is God, right? And so if you want to serve God, you want God to serve you, then you simply need to serve yourself. Imagine you sit there and you run around and say, damn, I got these kids, I gotta do this, I got these responsibilities. I need this. I need a whole weekend to myself. Meditate on that and imagine yourself. Envision what you want to look like, and this is your highest self coming to you. Envision what you want to look like, what you want to sound like, all right, health wise, financially, all that. Envision yourself, your highest self, what you think she would look like. And I want you to envision her with a silver platter, and she lifts up the silver dome, and you have a piece of paper, or like a train ticket. You have a train ticket and hotel reservations for an entire weekend for you to get away by yourself. Give that to yourself on a silver platter. That is you serving you. Put some money to the side, or if you got it, just fucking go. Just go. Or if it's meant for you to go to a different country, and you're meant to bring your kids along, whatever. I'm seeing somebody have 2 or 3 kids. It's either 2 or 3, not one, not five, not four, 2 or 3. Maybe you have one on the way, or one of them is a newborn. Regardless, whatever you got to do, whatever your soul is asking you to do, if you're looking to go on an ayahuasca retreat or some sort of retreat, fucking go. Okay, when it comes to soul calling, it doesn't always necessarily mean your career. Your soul needs you to answer the call. What is God saying to you on that call? Yo, I need you to drink more water. I need you to start working out. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. In order for this machine you call a body to not break down. In order for this machine you call a body to be absolutely protected. Yo, I need you to do this. When you drive out, I need you to go and make a left over here. You see what I'm saying? Answer the call. All right. You so worried about your friends and your family and your spouse. They not getting the text message. You not getting the text message. You not getting it. How many times you gonna leave God unread? Excuse me. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck here, well, actually, excuse me. That's it. Because I'm on the bottom of the deck. It's just another part of the deck. So that was it. That's the last card. Okay? Listen, don't be hard on yourself. You're only going to make it harder for yourself. Okay? Let the worries go. Let the blame go. Let the guilt go. Let the fear go. Let the illusions and lies and grief and all that. Let all of that shit go. Practice being honest with yourself and live even more honestly than you ever have been. And sometimes that looks like being alone. Sometimes that looks like just letting people go. Okay? Love you very much, and I'm going to see you soon.